Hello guys, Nigel Review, Nigel's Modelling Bench, back again with another review, and this is another book review from Wingleader, and it's taken a while to get hold of this one. Unfortunately, Royal Mail aren't very good at the moment, and this was actually sent to me 6 days ago. It's taken 6 days to get here, so not very good really. So this is the latest Wingleader photo archive production, and I am going to show you here, if you order this book from Bookworld, which I'll show you a link to their site, or I'll show you the label in a minute, you will get the book in a plastic bag, in a cardboard envelope, in a bubble wrap bag, and there's the book. This is the Avro Anson Mark 1 by Andrew Thomas and Simon Parry, and it's Wingleader Photo Archive number 25, so 25 now in the series. And as you can see over here, there's the back cover. This is where you can go and look at the book, have a look at some previews of it. There's the ISBN should you want to order it from your favourite book supplier, and the price is still £19.95. I cannot believe it is still less than 20 quid. During the time these books have been made, and they've always been 20 quid, I believe. I think they've always been 19.95. Everything has gone up. Some stuff has doubled in price, and these are still 19.95. I really don't know how they do it. And this book has come from this company here called Bookworld Wholesale, and you can see their email address and their phone number and everything there. And if you get it from these guys direct, you will get the book delivered in perfect condition like this. As you can see, we have no dodgy corners. It is absolutely perfect. And the plastic bag will keep it dry if it's raining. The cardboard envelope will keep it nice and stiff and rigid. And the actual bubble wrap will actually protect the book. So let's have a look inside. So we've got a lovely colour CAD image on there. We've got one colour photo there. So this book is pretty much black and white pictures, but obviously for the period, we're looking at 1930s here. Most photography was black and white, but there is some beautiful, beautiful coverage of this, what I think is an absolutely gorgeous aircraft. I've got the Avro Anson from Airfix in 1/48 scale. I've got the ASK window masks for it. I have nothing else, and I'm really looking forward to building it, but I can't start it until I've finished at least one of my projects, and we also have to get the A20 on the bench. So basically normal sort of Wingleader layout. We've got some words from Mark here, who's the series editor. We've got some thanks and everything down here, ISBN number, and where the books come from and everything. So we've got a beautiful picture there of an Anson Mark 1. And so as usual with these books, we go right back to the beginning, and we've got the origins here, which was the Avro 652. And it's telling you on here that when Imperial Airways issued their specification, they wanted an aircraft to carry a whole 6 passengers at a massive speed of 100 miles an hour for use on their Italian route, Croydon to Brindisi. I mean, come on, it must have cost a fortune. Talk about how the other half live. So, and then when the RAF came along, the Type 652 was tweaked to become the Type 652A with 2 Cheetah engines and a threatening armament of a forward-firing .303 and another in a turret. I mean, 2 .303 machine guns, wow. It could also carry a 360-pound bomb load. K4771, seen opposite, flew on the 24th of March 1935 and successfully completed for the contract of 174 aircraft with the DH-89M Dragon Rapide against Air Military Specification 1835 that was written around the design. It was then named Anson after the 18th century explorer Admiral George Anson. And we can see here straight away we've got some major design differences. Look at her here, obviously no turret. We've got those big sort of oval and round windows in the door. You've got the sloping windscreen which they carried over to the RAF years. And also notice the engines have a completely smooth cowl like pretty much every other twin-engined aircraft or even single-engine aircraft, rather than the lumpy bumpy like you can see here on the Cheetah engine. So you can see on here they moved away from these rectangular windows they're talking about here. We've got the turret installed, and we've now gone to the windows that we also commonly see. So even in the very early days, it was kind of, it was there. We had the windows there, and you can see we got the twin bladed propellers, fixed pitch, no variable pitch or anything on them, and very nice indeed. Here we've got a lovely photograph of an Anson. This is great if you're doing a diorama or something. You can see how beat up the engine cowlings became. And here they're showing this is a dog being trained, and there's a pretend villain there with his hand protected. The dog's gonna get him. So here you can see there's a picture of the aircraft, and we're showing here the inner frames of the wings, where the wings would bolt on. The wings were wooden and covered in fabric. The fuselage was a welded steel frame, again covered in fabric, and the nose was sheathed in sheet magnesium. And you can see here we've got a beautiful picture here of the engine, all the engine covers removed. You can see we've got the exhaust here coming down the side. We've got the oil cooler down here. We've got the oil tank up there, looking all very, very nice indeed. And there's somebody down there having a little play, having a look at the undercarriage. It also says in here, I remember looking earlier, the undercarriage retracted forwards and upwards, but required 144 turns of a handle on the right side of the pilot seat to raise fully. This was done by the wireless operator or navigator, but soon realised that 100 turns would do, as the aircraft's performance was not affected. Wow, how lucky we are today. We don't have to do that. Here you can see a cockpit shot, and you can see here's a bomb aimer looking out through the glass nose. You can see the instrument panel there, and we've got letters there telling us what all the bits and pieces are. And then over here we've got the co-pilot seat, or the seat that the engineer or whatever could sit on. And basically they could, it's called the co-pilot seat. The navigator could sit on the collapsible co-pilot seat, and down here is the handle that flips down 144 turns to get the undercarriage up. And here you can see they're showing this is the early sloping windscreen. Something I don't understand here. The original windscreen was complex and prone to retaining any rain or moisture, thus reducing the pilot's forward visibility. I don't quite know what they mean there, because surely if the windscreen was further raked, the airspeed travelling over would be taking the rain away. Don't understand. And then this one, obviously looking very Lancasterish there, was Lancasterish, should I say. Yeah, looking very, very nice indeed. And we can see here's the navigator's table, and his pocket in that for his books and everything. And he's got a couple of gauges there as well. So going over the page here, we can see the wireless operator, very similar to the Lancaster, that you've got the pilot sat on one side, and then behind him is the navigator, and then behind him is the radio guy. And as we all know, the 1/48 scale kit builds up beautifully, and has all that detail inside, because you've got all that lovely glazing. I'm very tempted to get some aftermarket for this model and really go to town on it, but we shall see. If you want to see a build of it, go over and have a look. Model kit stuff. Jason's done a build of it over there, and he's done the same scheme that I want to do in the white. I can't remember the version is now, but the white version with the camouflage on the top. You can see here the main undercarriage and everything, and they're showing you there the bomb, that massive, great big huge bomb. And here they are refueling the aircraft there. So going over the page here, we've got into service. They're still in the silver colour. We've got the turret there with the single machine gun, happy gunner in there looking out. And here we can see we've got the DF loop is in a teardrop. We've got a blister there for inspection. I'm wondering if that was for the navigator to get his bearings. And you've got a lovely picture there of the 3 aircraft flying over the fields. And then going over the page again, here we've got one here which looks like it's crashed. There's one here as well. They are both different aircraft. Of note is all this stuff on the top of the rudder there, but you can see all the fabric and everything everywhere. And then here we've got some more silver aircraft. As you can see, we're into 1937 now here. And then going over the page, this is 1936. So again, they're still in silver, but they've got the turret with the single machine gun, and they've got the great big antenna. We don't have the DF loop yet. So here we are over the page, still in the same sort of guise. We've got some beautiful, beautiful pictures. Note all of these early aircraft, they've all got the sloped windscreen. Very, very nice indeed. You can see here there's the shield over the forward facing gun, and it's got the aircraft serial number on there, which is hidden by that engine. One of these beautiful CAD images, and again, typical of this series of books, we got all the modeller's notes down in there, which is absolutely brilliant. And then going over the page, you can see we've got more aircraft here, all assembled in the field. Still no DF loop on the top. Still got the glazing inspection panels or looking out panels in the top. Still got the turret. still in the silver paint, still with the sloping windscreen. And here we go into the Munich crisis. Following trials during the early to mid 1930s, it was decided that camouflage would be reintroduced. During 1936-37, camouflage was generally adopted, but only for UK-based aircraft. As you can see here, we've now got the camouflage on there. We've got the massive roundels with the yellow band around the outside. Same here. Still no registration letters down the side of the fuselage. So you can see there. And then here's when this one looks like it's all in black. So I'm guessing that would have been for night. Does it say in there? No, it looks like they're training aircraft actually. And then here again, we've got another camouflage version. Still no DF loop. We've got the early slope windscreen. A is the bead sight for the nose-mounted machine gun. B is the nose-mounted landing light here on the nose. C is the external air thermometer. And D is the pitot tube. And E are the aileron mass balancing horns. They look like they've got cables coming off of them. So you can see them, they're very, very prominent there. Early windscreen, still no DF loop. And then here we've got some more beautiful pictures of them, still with the massive yellow roundels on the wings, or yellow surrounded roundels on the wings. And here now we've started to lose the big yellow bits on the sides. And then here you can see this aircraft here is shown beautifully. And if you want to build a model that's very, very accurate and weathered and get people asking questions at shows and stuff, you can see here in this picture what they've done. They've overpainted the yellow surround with the camouflage colours, but you can see the paint they've used is lighter in colour. You can see the same round there, and then they've also touched up some damage where the fabric's obviously been damaged. You can see they've got little light coloured patches everywhere. So really interesting model there. You can see here again the painted out yellow band around there, and they've also painted out the white on the middle of the roundel. So we've gone to the roundel that we all know, which is just the red and the blue. And here we can see again just the red and the blue on there. Again, we've still got the early windscreen there. This is spring 1939 now. Note the silver window frames. That's something to note on all these aircraft. Although that one there's got them painted, having said that. And then World War II training. You can see now we've got the DF loop adopted. We've got the later windscreen, but we've still got the yellow roundel there. This is 1941, so we're actually in wartime now. And then you can see here the very roughly painted out, and you can see the wrinkled up wings and everything on there. Some more beautiful images, got some weather on there, some scratching and stuff. Very, very nice, very beautiful looking aircraft. And then here we've got the trainers, so you can see here with the typical yellow undersides with the camouflaged upper sides. Again, we've got the later windscreen, got the DF loop now, and you can see things are starting to take shape. For the Anson, we all know. Very, very nice double picture there. Beautiful. I think it's a lovely looking aircraft. It really is. Beautiful looking aircraft. You can see one here that's crashed. Another beautiful in-flight photo there. Guy having a break, sat on the tail. We've got engine blankets over the engines there. No fin flashes on there. Fin flashes on here. Another thing to note as you look through this book, the fin flashes tend to change, keep changing size. You can see these are really narrow and they're quite wide. It's also worth noting all these engine covers all seem to get beat to hell. They're all dented like mad. I don't know why. I guess they take them off and stand on them or something. I don't know. But see the crew in there. There's a guy there sat in the open door at the back. There's that guy again, still sat there, having a bit of fun. I'm not sure if that's a door or opening window. Not quite sure. We will know when we build the kit. But, very, very nice pictures, nice CAD images. Again, we've got all those modeller's notes, and you can see here we've got the very funny roundels now on the wings. Smaller roundels, and we've got the yellow gas patch stickers on there, or not stickers, paint. What am I talking about? Here's one here, TRE experiments. So what was this? Telecommunications Research Establishment is TRE, conducted by the Telecommunications Flying Unit, TFU, that from 1942 flew from Deptford, Worcestershire. And there we go, with a sports car in front of it. You can see here some of the radio gear, that they use. We've got some training equipment here. This was for night fighters, identifying night fighters. Again, we can see this, all that raised riveting around the nose. You can see the spinnerless propellers with all that detail on the front there. Not quite sure exactly what this is here. Probably the strangest load ever carried by an Anson was this liquid oxygen petrol guided anti-aircraft projectile. It was called a LOP gap, installed for telemetry tests in 1945. I still haven't said that right. The tests were carried out by the Signal Research and Development Establishment at Christchurch using an Anson from the Naval Air Radio Installation Unit. The missile is installed back to front, as the tests were simply to check the functioning of the control vanes in flight. Okay, that's good. And then we've got late World War II service here, so we're into 1943. Delivered direct to South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Rhodesia. Other than the smooth cowled engines, it's little change from early aircraft. You've got those lovely smooth cowls. I don't know if anybody does those as an aftermarket, so you can build a later aircraft. And this picture I love here. We've got a Seafire in the background, we've got a Walrus, and we've got the Anson here. So very, very nice picture that. We've got the fuel tanker there being pulled by a tractor, and then all the crews proudly display their aircraft. Walrus is beautiful. Maybe I should get one of those as well, because I believe the Airfix 148th Walrus is a nice kit as well. Here they are now doing their parachutes and everything by the look of it. Again, trainers now, but with the stripes on them. Very, very nice. You can see here's another. Oh, is that a trainer aircraft? I'm not sure if that's a trainer aircraft or not. And then unfortunately we've got another crashed one here. See, the fin flash is now changed. It's the rectangular one rather than the stripe, which is following the line of the rudder. An angle facing forward. And then going over the page here. This is great. You might want to call this aircraft piggyback. Here you can see this is an Anson that has accidentally crashed onto the back of a Whitley while in flight. And the pilot of the Whitley has managed to control his aircraft and get it back on the ground. This one here, this Anson, was flown by Mr. Fuller, okay, LAC Fuller, I'm not sure what LAC is. It's in Wagga Wagga, Australia, 29th of September 1940. He's crashed into another Anson, as you can see here. The crew of this aircraft bailed out. He let his navigator bail out, but then he realised that the engines of this aircraft, the lower aircraft, were still working. His engines obviously weren't working because his propellers were being prevented from being turned because there was a sort of slight problem of having an aircraft in the way. He managed to successfully land and survive, and he went on, flew a tour in Wellington's in Italy where he received the DFM, but was tragically killed in a traffic accident. So he survives that and then dies in a bloody car. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So here we've got some more pictures of them over in Canada now. Here's one with floats. So you can see the sky's the limit. That looks like a Sunderland in the background there, which has no engines on it. And then here's one all in green. This is the Australians in May 1944. So this is very late now. And then we've got them here in foreign service. So Irish Army Air Corps. And then we've got Greece, used by 13 Mira Royal Hellenic Air Force at Taitoy. 5 survivors of the German invasion flew to Egypt and were incorporated into the RAF. And there's one there. Is that Israel? No, Turkey. No, is Israel. That is Israel. So that was Israeli Air Force. And then below, this one here is Turkey. Opposite page is the Royal Egyptian Air Force. That one there. Top left. In 1947, 10 Ansons with closed cowled engines were delivered to Portugal. So that's Portugal. And then top right is 50 Canadian built Ansons were delivered to the United States Army Air Force as the AT-20 fitted with 330 horsepower Jacobs L6MP engines and Canadian equipment. So there's a nice little option as well you could build. Very nice. And it also looks like they've blocked off some of the windows there. So post-war, looks like being used as a mailed aircraft. And And then top left, fitted with a glazed nose and an astrodome. Served with the Empire Air Navigation School before it struck off charge in 1949. Centre left, during the late 1940s, all yellow Anson served at Shawbury with the School of Air Traffic Control. That was all yellow. And then top right, after transfer to the Fleet Air Arm, Anson 1 was converted into a flying classroom. And then this one here, this was used by the London School of Flying. So you can see on there it says the London School of Flying on the upper surfaces there. And then finally here we've got a lovely colour image of an aircraft with a lady pilot, and very, very nice. It says that it's very, very rare to find genuine colour photographs of the Anson, but there's one for you there in the book that you can get yourself for only $19.95. And then here's all the official operational squadron codes, and you've got pre-World War II and post-World War II. So you can see there all the squadron codes that were used on the aircraft. There's nothing here that tells you the number of aircraft that were built. These are just the squadron numbers. And then Mark 1 serial batches. And then that's it. So one of my favourite aircraft of all time, I must be honest. I think it's because I built an Airfix kit of it when I was a kid and just fell in love with the Anson because it's just such a beautiful little plane. And I think probably in my very, very early days of model, I'm going back to when I was sort of, 7 or 8 years old now. This to me was probably a big model because I used to do the little series ones in the bags, and I probably got this. It was probably one of my first models that actually came in a box. I mean, wow. So I do have very, very fond memories there, this aircraft. I'm very much looking forward to building the Airfix one when we get round to it, and I will be doing an online build of it. And as I say, I may even get some aftermarket for it and go to town with the interior and stuff, or just build it out of the box. We shall see. But thank you for watching. Again, that's the Avro Anson Mark 1 in worldwide service, Wingleader Photo Archive number 25. And again, there's the ISBN number, should you want to order it from anywhere else. There's where you can get it from, or go and look at it online. And there's the price. So, absolute bloody bargain for a beautiful, beautiful good. A beautiful, beautiful good. A beautiful, beautiful book even. And once again, Mark, you've done us all proud. Thank you very much. Beautiful book. Very much recommended. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.